Hey, how you doing everyone? It's me, AngieB, the Green Garden Chick. I want to share with you that it's the new year and we have lots of videos lined up for you to help you be more sustainable, to help you garden better, to help you with all sorts of things that make your life easier with not spending a lot of money. Well, today we're going to be talking about reusing, recycling, and repurposing. As you see, we're getting ready to finish packing up for the holidays. We have here some trays that we use for the individuals that visited our home. So I'm just trying to get it done. Tomorrow's Monday and we have to get going with the new year and all our new plans. So today I'm going to teach you some things that I do in the home with items from in general shopping, after the holidays. What do you do with all these leftover things? Not just food, but lots of other things. So come along with me, Green Garden Chick. I hope you like the video. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Give me a thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that you like what I'm doing and that I am legitimate. Ready? Come on! All right, so we're in the kitchen. I call it my lab. And I'm going to show you some things that are really, really easy to do that saves. Everybody wants to save. Everybody feels like they're too busy to save. But if you just take a moment to think about some of the things that, you'd like to do that would help out in saving, such as saving food, saving materials, saving things that are bought, you can actually lower your usage of items quite a bit. You can lower your grocery bill quite a bit because you'll be using some of the items that you have bought that can't go any further in a different way. And so I do a lot of these things. I always have. And I want to show you how I do it. I love this spoon or this spatula. You ever have like a really, really old cooking utensil or pot? Some of my pots are the best ones to cook in that are the old ones. I am still purging, so you'll see me from time to time use some of my old pots. Not quite ready to get rid of them, but I need to because there are items in some of the materials that these pots and pans, cups and glasses are made of that are not good for us. I found out that there are a lot of cancer-causing items in things that are made that we use every day, and we're constantly being infiltrated with all these different things, and we need to be more mindful. So I'm not here to preach to anyone. I just want to share a little knowledge. I'm going to use my old trusty spatula. Before I do that, I'm going to share something with you. This is a friend of mine's, Matcha Tea Girl, and she makes Matcha Tea Girl green tea. It's really, really good. And she promotes that it gives energy, beauty, and power. It's delicious. You can drink it cold or you can drink it hot. And I just had in my mug here, my Christmas mug that one of my students gave me, the last little bit for now. And I just want to share that with you. I always like to promote other small businesses, especially women-owned businesses as well. So www.matchateagirl, matchateagirl.com, Matcha Tea Girl. So you can see it. There you go, I think. All right, so there you go. One of the things that I'm going to show you that I do is I reutilize various foods. So we had a lot of cranberry sauce that was left over. Stayed in the fridge, of course, and it's still good. I hate to pour it out. So one of the things that I do is, this is sliced up apples and the pineapple, sliced up apples and the cranberry that we have for Christmas. So I'm going to boil it down a little bit more, and you can either cook it to whatever condensity that you like. I think that's the word. You can make it into mush, and it can be like applesauce or cran applesauce, or you can just cook it a little bit mixed up with the apples, and it can be like a soft apple dessert by itself, over ice cream, over cake, over pie, whatever may have you. So we'll put that there. Another thing that I do is, I had a roaster pot full of leftover ham. So the ginormous ham, I love that word, ginormous. My daughter used to say that all the time, Haley. And so instead of throwing it out, what you want to do is you want to cut pieces off. Nice sharp knife. You want to cut pieces off, and it doesn't matter how big the pieces are, just that you can cut it off the bone. Okay? So one of the things that I do is, or what you can do, is one of two things. You can use foil, but to me it tends to have a foily taste when you're cooking, or you can mark it what it is and the date. So I will mark it and tell what it is, ham, and I'll put, just so I can remember, Christmas. So from there, you can be any Ziploc from the dollar store or whatever may have you. This is just regular Ziploc with the seal at the top. I like these because I know that I sealed it when I use it. And just take the ham, however much you want, like that. Take the air out. Put it in the freezer. So you say, Angie, what are you going to do with this? Well, I'm going to use this to season my greens, my green beans, any vegetable that I want to have a little meat flavor, ham flavor with. I might mix a little bit of this in with some macaroni and cheese, with some potatoes, and make a souffle or something of that nature. Okay? The other thing that I like to do, this is butcher paper. I always keep butcher paper here at the house, and you can ask your butcher for this. They'll give you a little bit, maybe possibly if they're kind of nice. So I have a good relationship with my butcher, and you take this butcher paper, I have quite a bit, and I'm just going to use my hand because I don't know where my kitchen scissors are. And you can take the butcher paper, hopefully it's a little straighter than this, put your ham in, however much you want. You're going to roll it up, close the ends, just as you would any other food that you don't want anything, any frostbite or anything. Okay, so I'm just going to use some regular old packing tape. Get some packing tape, tear it off. You might need to use a little more than this. Just close it up with the packing tape. Mark it, put it in the freezer, and there you have it. This is some of the best paper. You know it is because the butchers use it. So, butcher paper to put up your leftovers. And you may say, Angie, there's fluid in the pan from the juice of the ham. And yeah, I'm going to save that too. Nothing goes to waste here at Millbrook Urban Farms. So, You can utilize a mason jar if you have it, an old mayonnaise jar if you have it, whatever you have that you can either write on, label, or see through and write on it, or here at the top to tell you what it is. If there's a lot of juice, I'll just move this over to the side because I'm not done with it. The bigger piece of ham I'm going to put in a big plastic container, a big piece of butcher paper, and I'll mark it, and that'll be what I use for maybe a big pot of greens, or if I save it long enough, I can use it for another soup or something of that nature. Okay? So be sure to check the USDA site on food preservation and food saving. It tells you how long you can keep just about everything from fish to vegetables, meat, so on and so forth. So always be safe. Never sorry. Always be safe. So I'll take this. It's not enough for me to dip out, so I'll just pour it in. If I can get it positioned. Okay. There you go. Oops, one fell out. And if I want to, it is cooked, I will give the leftover scraps, which is not much, to the chickens. Never put meat in the ground in reference to composting. It's not safe. So there you go. That's the honey ham juice from the Christmas ham. I will put this in the freezer, or if I want to use it any sooner, I'll just put it in the refrigerator, and then I will use it later in the week. Okay? So, what do we have next, Miss Brooks? All right. That's what the kids call me at school. So, someone was helping me cook. I don't know exactly which holiday or which weekend, but I love help, but I hate waste. So, I have here 2 containers of relish. Okay? So, there was half here, and you know me, I was like, ugh! Waste! So, guess what I'm going to do? Or what I did. I took the half here, poured it in here, because it has the label. The label fell off here. Gonna save it. Put it in the fridge. This can be used for a number of things. It can be used to make your deodorant. It can be used to make your lotion. It can be used to make a little bit of dressing. It can be used to save seeds. It can be used to put your cotton balls in. There's so many uses for this. And you know, I don't want to throw it out because it's just going to the landfill and build up more waste. So I'll use this until I can't use it anymore. There's no telling what I'm going to use this for. Probably seeds. Okay? All right. What else do I have here? So here are some eggs. Got this morning. Here are some eggs, shells that I've crunched up. See that? Crunched up. I'm crunching real fine. I can do there's a few things. I can fortify the plants in the house or outside with this. Meaning I would take this, dig a little hole, pour it in near maybe the root of the plant. Either in the house for a house plant or for a house plant, I crunch it up even like really super fine. So I probably will put it in an old towel and get one of the, like a steak, what do you call it? A steak tenderizer, a meat tenderizer, and then kind of beat it. Get it really small, and then I will put it, dig a little hole and dig it, put the information, back up. I will dig a hole and put the eggshells in the pot so it'll help fortify my house plant. Gives them calcium. Everybody needs calcium. Plants, animals, people. Okay? this is a beet in. So I cut the beet, and you see here it's not dead, still growing. Guess what? So I'm going to hurry up and put this outside, and I'm going to put it outside down, and I'm going to fairly much cover it till probably here at the top with dirt. And in no time soon, it will be another beet. So I'll do that. Or you can always give it to your chickens if you have chickens. Here again, more scraps. So this looks kind of yucky. Everything is not perfect on the farm and the homestead. So these are Big Jim seeds from Big Jim peppers, and this is a habanero pepper. So I'll take the seeds out of there, let them dry, and then I'll replant them outside. Or if I want to watch them in the house, I'll use an old egg crate, take the top off. You can use both sides, as a matter of fact. Put some potting soil inside here. You can either punch little holes in the bottom, and it's compostable, so you can, once it starts growing your pepper or tomato or whatever that you planted, then you can put the whole thing in the ground. So you take some scissors if you want, or razor or whatever, and cut, and this is a little pod. Now, if you wanted something a little more sustainable, since we're trying to reuse our plastic, here's an old ice tray. Okay, I like to make pop ices in here. Another thing that I like to do is make lemon juice frozen squares. So I'll squeeze all my lemons, especially when they're in season, and then I will let them freeze, and then I'll pop them out, put them in a Ziploc bag, and I'll have lemonade for a long, long time. So it can be lemonade for simple liquid, or it can be lemonade that goes on, or lemon juice that will go on your recipe, within your recipes. Oh, and what you want to do is poke some holes, get something nice and sturdy, a nice knife or a ice pick, or something that you have really sharp, kind of small, not pin small, but small, and put a hole in there so that the water will drain out and it won't suffocate, so to speak, the plant as it's growing, because plants need water, but they don't like too much water. Okay, what else do we have here? So without promoting, actually I am promoting OXO. I love this OXO Good Grip. So these are green saver, wasteless, save more, it says, prolong the life of your produce. These are ethylene filters. Okay, now I came across this, and you see, I saw they're $9. There are 4 filters. They last you a year, so 3 months per filter. Actually works. So I will take my backup. I will show you what the filter looks like. So this is the filter, okay? And it's some type of charcoal inside, and it's not bad for you. It goes into this little container, OXO container. So you see it has openings there. It's just a little container. And so what you do is you put the filter in the container. On the back side, it tells you to leave it open or leave it closed for the various types of vegetables there. So it shows you the picture. So my left side over here is for those types of vegetables. You leave the filter area open. And for these my right, my left, and then you leave those open on the left. So you snap it in. Okay, so I have it open because I'm putting lettuce in. So as far as my lettuce is concerned, I've already washed it. This is just from the garden. A little bit of red leaf lettuce. Okay, I already cut it off. So what I usually do is cut as close to the root as possible, because lettuce is a comeback vegetable. It'll keep coming back until it's done. When it's done, it has seeds. When it has seeds, you let them dry, you save the seeds, and then keep them somewhere in a dry, dark container, dry, dark place. And when it's season again, or if you just want to use them again quickly before the season is over, there you have more lettuce. So there's always a way to use food to save and to keep yourself healthy. You can't get a recall on your own lettuce, especially if your potting soil is good, or your lawn, not your lawn, but your garden area is good, meaning that you haven't used any pesticides or anything like that. You can't go wrong. All right, so what I will do, okay, I'm going to cut off the end. Usually, though, so that it doesn't get brown at the end, I use this vegetable cutter. So it's perforated there on the end. See that? And when you cut with this, it is plastic. So I'm going to make an exception. So when you cut with this, it allows the food to be cut nice and neatly and keeps it from turning brown from rust from your metal knife. So I'll cut. Okay. So I cut the end off. This is the root. See? And just as you see this, it will grow again. So I'm going to take this to my kitchen garden out front, and I'm going to plant this, as well as the onions and other things that I have, pepper seeds, and what else? Garlic that I didn't use up. I'm going to plant it out in the kitchen garden out front. Basically, the kitchen garden is herbs, quick vegetables when I don't want to walk the 50 steps to the garden. The kitchen garden is approximately 17 steps from the kitchen. Okay? So, not right now, but I'm going to, later, I'll chop this up a little more. But right now, I'm just going to place it in my OXO container. Okay? And then I'm going to put it in the fridge. Fresh lettuce. All right. And how fresh do you say this will be or stay? In this container, lettuce will stay fresh for about a week and a half, sometimes 2 weeks, depending on how dry you got your lettuce. Once you put it in, you shook off or squoze, or you toweled, meaning you put a dry, clean towel around the lettuce and got the excess water out, and then you put it inside. I love this thing. I love this thing. Another way of saving, and forgive me, this is like used a lot. This is a vegetable saving bag. You can get these at any big box store. You can get these sometimes at the dollar store. You can get these at the B&B, you know what that is, store. And you can put fruit and vegetables, yeah. And you don't have to put them in the same one. I wouldn't. So I would put like onions and potatoes in one. I would put bell pepper and things along the same family. And you just zip it up, put it in the fridge. Same. I have had food last 3 weeks. Open this thing up, and it's just like I went to the store yesterday. So this is a food saving bag. You can wash it, and you can tell I've used it a lot. I've had this about 4 years now, and it's still good. So that's a good way to keep food safe and continue your groceries so that you don't have to go to the grocery store as often. And as far as saving your scraps, this is an old coffee container. You don't have to go out and buy some, you can, but you don't have to go out and buy some fancy schmancy compostable countertop gadget. But it can if you want to, because it has vents and things of that nature that you can use, and you can compost longer in the kitchen. I just take things that I have cut up or chopped or whatever, and I don't have any particular use specifically other than it's compost. So as you can tell, got a banana in here. Banana is gonna go with whatever else, probably tomorrow's breakfast, and it's going to start to decompose. It's not gonna smell in the house because this is on and it's very tight. And then I'm going to put it out in the garden at some point, or put it out in my compost bin at some point, and it'll be good for the dirt. So I hope that you have learned something from my experience with saving, reusing, repurposing, and recycling. If you have any other ways to recycle, reuse, or repurpose such things, please let me know. I'll be glad to try them out or just learn about something that I don't know about. If you like this video and other videos you'd like for me to present, please let me know. Remember to give me a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. I appreciate you. Green Garden Chick, six-figure garden chick. Have a great day. Have a great new year. Remember, recycle, reuse, repurpose. Bye now. Well, I'm going to give the chickens the leftover ham scraps. They love the scraps. Chickens and ducks will eat just about anything we eat. So look at that. Girls, don't fight. Don't fight, girls. Nothing goes to waste on Millbrook Urban Farms. So, there are at least 3 more things that I want to show you that you can utilize to repurpose, reuse, and recycle. Everybody, I shouldn't keep saying everybody because not everybody drinks soda. A lot of people drink soda. So here is a soda bottle that you're probably quite familiar with. And what do you do with it? Well, one of the things that I do is I rinse it out very well, and then I will poke a hole. See if I have a poker here. Probably don't. I'll live the dangerous life. So I'll poke a hole in here. All right. Can't see that, maybe possibly right there. So I'll poke a hole in this, and what I do is I utilize this to water my inside plants and even my outside plants. So you don't have to go buy this fancy globe unless you want to. So you fill this up, clean it out, fill it up, poke a hole in it. Not super large, but large enough for water to seep out. And the plant that you put it next to will take as much water as it needs. Okay. So garlic. One of the easiest things that you can do is grow more garlic. So this is garlic that was left over. You take it off the head, I call it, the bulb, and you're gonna plant this in. You can leave it like this. You don't have to do anything fancy and pretty and special or whatever may have you. plant it just like this in the ground, make a hole, dig it in, put it in the ground, and you will soon have garlic. And the best thing about garlic is you can snip the green that grows along the way and utilize it in your meals, or you can just wait and let it become a full-grown bulb, or I call it a teenage bulb, or a full bulb, the way that you buy it in the store, and you'll have garlic. One last thing, all those papers that you and I and everybody else, a lot of people, got over the holidays because you were looking for sales and things like that. You're old-fashioned like me. I did scan the internet. I did shop on the internet, but I actually went and purchased a few things physically, and I had to see what the sales said. So you take your sale paper, and instead of throwing it out or just recycling it in general, make it to good use. Do you have a place in your yard that you, a small place even, that you want to make into a garden? You got weeds. What do? Well, take the plastic paper, lay it down. You don't even have to mow the grass or the weeds or whatever. Lay it down fairly thickly and water it, and then put some potting soil over it. If you don't have potting soil right away, put some stones down or bricks to keep it down. Water it. Make sure it's pretty thick, and eventually it will kill the weeds, kill the grass, and then you can begin to plant inside of it. And how you do that is you just get your, get your trowel, dig a hole. So say this is the top of the area. Dig a hole and put your plant in or put your seed in. If it's a plant, put it in snugly but not too tight. If it's a seed, just barely cover it and leave the area open so that not recovering it, so that it will allow the seed to grow and nourish and flourish. So those are the things that you can do to be more sustainable. Reuse, recycle, repurpose. Let's all try to remember that. Reuse, recycle, repurpose.